Hey writers, welcome back to Writers Workshop. Today, we're going to be doing day 2 of our show and tell unit. How exciting is that? So when we were in Writers Workshop today, you were going to pick a different item for show and tell than what you picked yesterday. So whatever you picked yesterday, you're going to pick something brand new for show and tell today. It's going to be so much fun. So today, as we are in Writers Workshop, we're going to be doing 2 things. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to learn that when writers want to draw or put down ideas on their paper, they first have to think in their minds of what it looks like. So for our show and tell item, we're going to think in our minds of what it looks like, the parts that we see, the colors that our item is, because like we did yesterday, we have to make it look exactly the way it should on our paper. What we draw should be twins of our item. They need to look exactly alike. And the second thing that we're going to do is, of course, once we've drawn our show and tell item on our paper, we have to label them. We have to label all of the parts of our show and tell item that we pick, and we need to write more. So we're not just writing 1 or 2 labels. You're going to write as much as you can about your show and tell item, as much as you can. And you're going to sound out the sounds that you hear. You're going to stretch it out, all those things when you're writing, to label as much as you can and write more. So before we get started, we're going to have our friend Marie come out, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about what we're going to do today. And Marie is our new friend, and when we had our teaching books, we had our friend Christine, but we're in a brand new unit, friends. We're in the show and tell unit, which means whenever we have a new unit, we have another special friend. So, for when you're at our workshop today, you need your paper, pencil, and your second show and tell item, and then let's see what what Marie has to say.
Workshop. Today is the day you get to write about the things you love, about the things that bring you joy, about the things that you want the world to know about you. I bet you've already got some things in mind that you want to show and tell about. I do too. Here's a bowl I really love. I think it's so pretty. And here's a globe that's also a lamp. How cool is that? I think I want to show and tell about that too. And then here's this guy. He's my friend. His name is Gus, and he's a dragon. And I just think he's so cool. So, which thing should I show and tell about first? How about Gus? Yeah, I think I'll show and tell about him first. Okay, so I've got to look and think, and then I got to draw him. So he's got this like cool purple part and this gold belly and these like cool gold nose parts and eyes and horns here. Okay, I think I'm ready to draw. Here I go. I'm going to draw Gus. So I've got Gus right here, and I'm going to draw him. Well, he's actually, now that I'm trying to draw him, he's actually got a lot of parts. It's really complicated, and I've never tried to draw a dragon before, or a tail, or oh my gosh, he's also got wings. You know, I'm going to give up. I'm not going to try and draw Gus. I'm going to just draw a house, I think, instead, or maybe a rainbow. I know how to draw those. Okay. Nope. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do my best. And oh, you know what? I'm actually remembering something that a drawing teacher taught me, is that when something feels hard to draw, start with the parts of it. So I could probably try that, and maybe you could too. So I think today what I want to try to teach you is that when you're trying to draw something that you've never drawn before, look carefully at the parts and then try to draw those parts. And you might even think a little bit about what the shapes might be. So let's look. Here's the head of Gus. And it's kind of like an oval. Okay, I'm gonna start there, and I wanna make sure it's big enough. So I'm just gonna trace it with my finger to make sure it's big enough so I can fit his nose and his eyes and his little mouth and his horns. So here's his head. Oh yeah, that's nice and big. Okay, so now before I draw the details, I'm gonna keep drawing the parts. So let's draw his body. So I'm gonna make him sideways. So he's got like his belly, and then his legs, and then his belly, and then here's another leg, and a foot. It's kind of flat. And then, let's see, let's do his arms. There's one arm. He's got like 3 fingers. There's another arm with 3 fingers. All right. And, oh, I can't forget his wings. So let's do his wings. There they are on the back. Yeah, they're kind of like a triangle shape, and they've got little triangles in them. So let me see. Yeah, there's the triangles. Let me just draw those. Yeah, okay. All right. Now let's go back and get all the details. So here's his neck, and his horns are kind of like triangles too, but they're kind of narrow. Let me trace it with my finger first. So it kind of goes like that, and then like that. Yeah, and then he's got these eyes, like there's one, and there's another, and then his nose is kind of like a triangle too, and then there's another, and then there's his mouth. Here, I'm gonna just color in his eyes. Oh, and I can't forget his belly, kind of goes like this, and then his belly's got some lines on it, so I'm going to draw those lines. It's got a line like that, and he's got kind of lines here for where it's purple. So there's purple. All right. Yeah, I kind of got Gus. I did my best. And I thought about the parts of him, right? So I thought about his head and his stomach and his arms and his legs and his wings. And then I thought about the shapes, like a triangle, oval, the circles, and that helped me do my best in my drawings. But I can't forget, I also not just have to draw, I also have to write words and label my picture. So let's see. I think I want to label nose. So let's say that slow. Nose. Nose. Okay, I'm going to write it right next to it. Nose. Okay, and then I want to label wings. 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 I think I hear an N. Wings. And then, oh, I could label his hands and his feet and his belly. I could label all of those things. Let's label belly and and hands. Yeah. Okay, so I've got all those parts labeled. Oh my gosh, and I can go back and add even more, like his horns and his eyes, right? And his feet and the purple part, and I could go back and add those colors too. But it's your turn now. Think about what you're gonna show and tell about first. What thing do you love that gives you joy that the world needs to know about? And then you're gonna show and tell about something else. And something else. See how many you can make today. Go off, show and tell.